seen a couple of these today. It seems like a bigger contingent, of course, probably because of Bud.
Yeah.
What do you think?
It is. Today's a little bit more like some of the old days. I was at Miami and Florida State. You start getting some head coaches in here and GMs and things like that. It's good to see a good crowd here.
You have a large contingent of current players. How important is it for them to see, the work that they put in and kind of what they're playing for?
I think it's very important. That's what you want to see. And once again, you've heard me talk about it before. These guys did things right on the field and off the field, and that's why they're in the position that they're in. So it's great for our young players to see that.
A lot of these guys are here for Bud, but some of the other guys, is this an opportunity for them to get more looks and noticed?
Oh, absolutely. I think they're here to see several of our guys, and even the guys that don't get talked about much, they're definitely going to have a great chance to make it in the NFL and play. And I believe that quite a few of these guys are going to make teams and have great futures.
What do you think about Braylon as an NFL prospect?
I think Braylon's going to have a bright future. I really do. I think, as I've talked about before, I hated to see Braylon go, but I certainly understood that. There was really personal reasons for him. He's been through a lot. He's graduated. He's done well. I've known Braylon for a long time and his family, and just wish him nothing but the best.
So you got a chance to talk to Zimmer and Marvin over there.
Yeah.
You want to share any of that, or they just a UK football program?
No, they're just good. Good to see the head coaches here. Good to spend some time with them, and got an opportunity to visit with them over at our complex earlier, show them around a little bit, and so it's been fun to have them here.
Which is a pretty elevated when head coaches start to show up. I think it's been a while since that's happened.
Yeah, I think it's important. I think it certainly shows the interest that they have in some of our prospects, and the exposure never hurts.
Is there anybody here who's surprised you maybe with their numbers or with things that they were able to do for you guys?
I really haven't even looked at it too much of it. Been socializing a little bit here in Washington, so I'll get the numbers later.
So many of these guys stay behind and worked out with Eric and his
Yeah.
staff. Is that something you can use on the recruiting trail?
Well, I definitely think that's a very big compliment to what we're doing here. If you just look at the norm for other high draft picks, the norm is for everybody to leave campus and go somewhere and train. There's I don't know a few facilities I'm thinking of off the top of my head. People go to Arizona, guys are going to Florida, and several other places. I think Atlanta's a big stop. People are going around the country and training with some of these guys, and our guys have stayed here. And I think it started with Avery, and Avery staying and working with Coach Quorum and Coach Edmond, and then seeing the results that Avery did. It opened the eyes of our other guys, and they could save a lot of money and get better training and stay right here, be with our guys. So it's been, I know they're very excited about it, and very proud of the work that they've done.
I know a year ago you sort of convinced Bud that staying another year is going to elevate his draft status.
Well, I was glad that I didn't have to convince him to stay. We sat and had a conversation, and to be honest with you, I was pleasantly surprised at how that went. And he really had in his mind that he wanted to come back, because I would certainly present him the pros and the cons. But that's a tough position to be in sometimes as the head coach, and I would certainly give him my honest assessment. But I've seen that work against somebody before too. They've come back and got injured and things like that. So it's a tough call. But certainly there's times when players, it's in their best interest to take off.
Bud.
Just look at our basketball players, and we've had them before. I've had them before in football, and I remember being at Miami and having Sean Taylor, and he was a true junior. He's only been in college 5 semesters, and I said, it's time for you to go. And he did. He left and was a top 10 pick, and was going to have a great career. So.
I was going to say, Bud better than anybody. If the NFL scout asks you what can Bud Dupree bring to my team, what do you say?
Bud can do it. He brings an awful lot of value to a team. The biggest thing is he's a great person. He's a great team player. Everybody, no matter what organization you're in, you need good people, guys that are good in the locker room, and that are competitive and that want to win. And he's a winner, and he's a great guy, great leader. But he's extremely versatile. You've heard me talk about it over and over again. But he is. He's a guy that brings great value, because for us, he could have played Sam, Mike, Will, or Jack. Or if we were in 4 down, he could have played either end. And that's the truth, and he could play it at an SEC level, at an all-SEC level. So I think you know, when you can play in the SEC and play at a high level at all those positions, I think there's definitely a great spot for you in the NFL. I think that's just it. Seeing what team wants to go on as high as they do, but I'm sure he's not going to last long.
With the players staying around in the high performance, how big an asset is that to the current players on the roster, having them still be able to lead?
I think it's very important. I think our players understand what we're doing. They may not always love, you know, all the little nuances and all the details that we do, and we're constantly pulling at them and checking them and working on them. You know, whether we're in the weight room or off, you know, we do a lot of things that kind of pull at their time sometimes. But I think they realize that it's for a good cause, and you know, no better way to prove it than watching these guys work out the program.
So you talking to Clint? What's your relationship with him?
I've known Clint for a long time. We worked together in Miami. So Clint was a GA when I was the secondary coach at Miami, and so I've known Clint for a long time. Good coach and a good guy. So I'm glad he's not Louisville. No, Clint's good. He's a good guy, good coach.
Coach, you're giving you guys off for a little while before picking things up with spring ball.
Yeah.
What are your plans for the break?
I'm gonna go watch our basketball team play a couple games, and then I'm gonna be here and enjoy a little time off, do a little work, and have a little time off. All right.
Folks, have a great
Okay, thank you.